Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a fun yet powerful gun out of a mousetrap. Okay, so what you're going to need, guys, is some super glue, needle nose pliers, a mousetrap of any kind, piece of cardboard, something to mark dots with, 2 screws, and a drill. Let's get started. So the first step is to take your needle nose pliers, and you're going to have to remove this piece, or if you have a plastic one, you're going to need to remove that. On this one here, all you have to do is take your needle nose pliers and simply unbend the piece. And it should fall off, leaving you with a staple. So if you have a plastic piece that fell off, that's one of those removable ones, it kind of looks like this, it's kind of just flat with holes in it. You're going to want to keep that plastic piece. If you have this metal piece that's virtually useless to us, I would just toss that aside. Next step. What you're going to need to do is remove this heavy duty staple from the base of this mousetrap. You can do that by using your needle nose pliers.
With a little force.
Should easily come undone. You can also toss that piece aside because it's virtually useless to us. So now that we've taken out our little metal piece here, the next step is we're going to want to make some marks with our pen. So when you look at the mousetrap and you see the side that doesn't have this metal thing around it, you're going to want to go over to this part right here where this piece is sticking out and mark just about right above it. Right there. The next spot you want to mark just about right here, right next to the mouse's eye, and right here at the tip of his nose. Kind of like just in the middle of the mousetrap, you want 2 spots. These spots are going to be where we're going to drill our 2 screws into, which is going to become the base of our body for the mousetrap and the handle grip. I have a block of wood laying around my house, and I'm just going to use this to cut into a handle. So after cutting for a few minutes, I've cut out a block about the size of my hand that will do good for what we need for. So this is where our drill is going to come in handy. So this next step, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the base and your mousetrap. Now I already drilled 2 holes in it that will fit the nails, but you can just screw in any way you want. So we have the 2 things, one at the eye and one at the tip of the nose. So now we want to take our body and make sure that last screw that we drilled, that last dot that we made that's up here needs to be overhanging the edge of the base. So that's like that. So the dot's out here and it's not touching the base, because that's where we're going to need to drill a hole. Okay, so now we have 2 screws in this, so that this stays very strong. It should just be like a grip. Okay, on to the next step. So for our next step, we're going to want to take our hole right here and line our mechanism that makes the trap set off. And you want to line it up with that dot. So that it's kind of like just overhanging it like this. And you want to take your needle nose pliers, which mine have little wire cutters in them. And you're going to want to cut that so that just overhangs that dot, just like right there. And that should do the job. And we want to keep this piece so that we have a very short end just like this. So the next step is we're going to want to drill a hole right on that dot that we have through the bottom. I'm going to do that real quick. I went ahead and drilled a small hole right through the mousetrap that goes into here so that we can use it as a trigger. Our next step is we want to take the piece that we have hanging off already and make a small bend in the top of it. Just like that. So you want to go ahead and grab that piece that we cut off earlier from our trigger mechanism, and this is what we're going to use for the trigger. So we want to take it and stick it through that hole that we drilled, and we want to bend the bottom so that it can't come through. I'm going to be using my needle nose pliers to do that. Did a little adjustment to make it a little bit longer. Stick it through. Now you want it to be just about the same height as the spring. That will be our perfect height for that. So now that this piece is sticking up, we want to bend it so that it's at a 90-degree angle facing to the left. So now we have a little double-sided hook thing with one hook sticking out and one holding it in place. Just bend it a little bit more. So now we should be able to stick this piece under here, just like so. And when it's loaded, it works the same way as it did before, just with a shorter piece. So it's going to go like that. And when the thing is pushing up on it, and you touch the trigger and it should come undone. So, let me just go ahead and just test it. So now we have our little trigger right here, after bending the extra piece that we had in place, which should hold our gun in place. When we touch it, it should come undone, letting this piece fly. So let's go ahead and super glue that square piece of cardboard we have onto the top left corner of our arm. A couple minutes later, and our arm should be sticking to the piece of cardboard we have with the super glue. And if you do use a glue gun, it's much nicer to just layer it on the back so that it has a strong bind to it, just in case, so it doesn't fly off. I'm just going to use super glue because that's all I have. So that's going to be where we put our projectiles. I have over here some just like pocket stuff that you can find. I got a quarter and a can cap, whatever the hell it's called, and you would just place it on top of here while it's loaded, and you would pull your trigger and it would shoot. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some videos of me shooting that now. So thanks guys for watching. This has been the Mousetrap handgun. Very powerful. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for more how-tos.